Hey everyone, how are you? In this video, we are going to solve the lead code problem of the day, and the problem is max difference you can get from changing an integer. Now, the problem category is of medium level, but I would say this is a pretty easy problem to solve. And after watching this video, after understanding the problem and the solution approach, this is going to be really easy for you. In the problem, the given input is an integer which is num. So we are given an input and the integer is num. The output which we need to give in the problem is the maximum difference between a and b. Now, what is this a and b? Let us try to understand it. The question is all about creating the number a and b using the integer given as an input num. So basically a and b are two integers which we need to create using num. How can we create a and b? We just need to follow a process which is replace any particular digit of num with some other digit. That's it. That's what we need to do. We just need to pick a particular digit from our given input num and replace it with some other digit. That's what this point is. Replace any particular digit of num with some other digit. We need to do this particular process two times. So do it two times to create two different integers a and b. And the thing is guys, a and b should not be 0. You should not replace it to make it 0, and it should not have a leading 0. It should not start with 0. For example, if the number is 2253, you can pick any particular digit. Let us say you pick the digit 2 and you replace it with 8. So in this case, all the 2 in that number will become 8. So this will become 8853. That's what you need to do. You just need to pick one digit from your given input num. This is num, let us say. You just need to pick any one digit. What are digits? Digits are 0, 1, 2, up to 9. These are digits. So if the given input num is 2253, you just need to pick any one digit out of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 from your given input num. Your given input num has digits as 2, 5 and 3. It has 3 digits, right? 2, 5 and 3, and the number is 2253. Let us say you pick the digit 2 and you replace it with 8. So this will become 8853. You basically need to replace all the characters, all the digits. It's not like if you pick the digit 2 and want to replace it with 8, you cannot do it for a particular 2. You will have to replace all the 2 in your given input num with 8. This is how you can create a number. And you basically need to do this particular process two times to create two different integers. And our goal in this particular problem is to create two different integers a and b and return the difference between a and b. And the thing is guys, we need to try to make this difference between a and b maximum. So when we are replacing our digits with some other digit from our given input num to create a and b, we should try to create these two integers in such a way that their difference is as maximum as possible. That is going to be your output. Let us try to understand it with some examples. The example number 1 is the given num is 555. Now what you can do is you can say I will pick the integer 5, or I will pick the digit 5 from our given input num and I will replace it with 9. So basically replace all 5 with 9 in your given input num. So this 5 and this 5, all the three 5 will become 9. So our new number is going to be 999. So we have created the value of a. Now we need to create the value of b, right? And again the goal is the difference between a and b should be maximum, right? If I replace a digit with 9, I will create the maximum number possible. Okay. Now I will try to create the minimum number which is possible, that is b, so that the difference between a and b, that is a minus b, can be maximized. If you want to maximize this particular difference, you should have a as the maximum and b as the minimum, right? So that the difference is maximum. So what I will do is I will say let us pick 5 from our given input num and let us replace it with 1. Earlier we replaced our 5 with 9 to create a, that is maximum. Now we will replace 5 with 1. So our new number is going to be 111, and let us say this is b. So now a minus b will be 999 minus 111, which is 888, and that is the output for this particular example. When the given input num is 555, the output is going to be 888. That is the maximum difference between a and b. Now the thing is guys, I can pick 5 and I can replace it with 1. What if I try to pick 5 and I replace it with 0 instead of 1? Because 0 is less than 1, right? Right now we are trying to create the number which is less, which is lower. So I'm trying to create b and I'm trying to create it as low as possible. So I will pick 5, I will replace it with 0. So this time the number will become 0, 0, 0, right? Now this is actually a number which is 0, right? If I say 0, 0, 0, this is nothing but 0, right? But this is not allowed. The question says that the number which you create a and b should not be 0, and it should not have a leading 0. Leading 0 means, let us say a number is 1125 and you replace 1 with 0. So this time the number will become 0025. Although this is not 0, it has a leading 0. Leading 0 means it is starting with 0. This is a 0, this is a 0. So it is starting with 0, right? So we should not replace 1 with 0, because although the number will not become 0, it will have a leading 0. So our goal is to make b as low as possible without making it 0 and without having any leading 0. So now let us come back to the example number 2 to try to understand it. Let us say the given input num is 1125. In this case, what we can do is we can say, let us try to replace 1 with 9. So I can pick the digit 1 and I can replace it with 9. So our number will become 9925. And let us say it is A. What about B? Now for B, I can say that let us replace 2 with 0. But I can replace 1 with 1, right? This is allowed. You can replace the same digit. That is, you can choose the same digit and replace it with the same digit. For example, if the given input num is 999. Now this is the highest number which is possible of 3 digit. So I can pick 9, replace it with 9. My number will remain 999. That is the A. So basically, I can pick 1 and replace it with 1. 1 will be replaced with 1. 1 will be replaced with 1. 1125. But the thing is, I want to reduce the value of B, right? As low as possible. So instead of choosing 1 and trying to replace it with 1, because I cannot replace it with 0, I will replace the 2 with 0. I can replace the 2 with 0 because after replacement, the number is going to become, this will be 1, this will be 1, 2 will become 0, and 5 will become 5. 5 will remain to 5, right? So our new number is going to be 1105. That's the new number we have. This is less than 1125, right? So that is what we can do. This is not 0 and this is not having any leading 0. So our number B is 1105, A is 9925. 9925 minus 1105 is equal to 8820. That's the output if the given input num is 1125. Let us try to understand it with one more example. Let us say the number is 224527. To create A, what I will do is I will say replace the 2 with 9. So the number will become 994597. 994597. To create the number B, I can say replace this 2 with 1. So the number will become 114517. 114517. Take the difference of those two numbers, A minus B. The difference is going to be 880080. That's the output we have if the given input is 224527. Now let us try to understand the solution approach. You need to understand your goal first. Our goal is to create two numbers A and B, and the difference of A and B, A minus B, should be maximum, right? Now when is this maximum? This is going to be maximum when the value A is as high as possible and the value B is as low as possible. And we need to keep one point in our mind, that is, it should not be 0 and it should not have any leading zeros. Let us try to first understand how can we create the maximum number, the number which is as high as possible, that is A. And let us try to understand the solution approach using two examples when the given input num is 1125 and the given input num is 9981. Now I am asking you guys that how can I have a number which is maximum? Let us try to understand it. Let us say if the given input is 1125 and I am trying to create the maximum number. Now you tell me that if this is a 4-digit number, then what is the maximum 4-digit number? The maximum 4-digit number is 9999, right? This is the maximum 4-digit number. My goal is to try to make this number as close as 9999, right? That is, I want to make my digits 9, right? So to create the value of A, it is very simple. You need to try to make your digits 9, right? So this is going to make the value of A as high as possible. But now the question is, which digit do you want to make 9? I know that I need to just pick one digit and replace it with 9. Now which digit do you want to replace it with 9? It will always be the most significant digit. Most significant digit means the leftmost. This is the most significant digit. After this, the second digit is going to be the most significant digit. After this, the third digit is going to be the most significant digit. What I basically mean is, if this is the number 1125 and let us say, let's forget about the rules, let us try to understand one thing. If I replace all these three digits with 9, then what is the number? It is 1999, right? This number is less than 2000. But if I just replace the first digit not with 9, just with 4, then this is going to become 4125. This is more than 2000. This is even more than 4000, right? It means that we need to try to replace the most significant digit and try to make it 9. In this way, we can make our number as high as possible. So what we can do is we can say, okay, let me try to take the first digit. The value of the digit is 1. Replace it with 9. So I need to replace all the 1 in my given input num with 9. This will become 9. This will become 9. 2 and 5 will remain the same because we cannot replace 2 and we cannot replace 5. So we will say it is 2 and 5. So the maximum number possible is 9925. That's the value of A. Now let us try to do the same thing with the second example. The second example is having the value as 9981 and that is the given input num. Again, this is a 4-digit number and the highest 4-digit number is 9999, right? Now if you follow the same approach and you say that, okay, let me try to replace the most significant digit, which is 9, and try to replace it with 9. If I try to replace 9 with 9, then this number will be 9981. This time we are not doing it correctly because if I try to replace the first digit it is already 9, right? Then we should not focus on the first digit. This is already the maximum. Try to focus on the second digit. It is again 9. Then try to focus on the third digit. It is not 9. So instead of replacing this 9 with 9, we can replace some other digit which is not 9, right? But we will try to do it from the left hand side. That is, we will first try to process the first digit, then the second, then the third. And the moment we get a digit which is not 9, we can replace that digit with 9. So we can say this is already 9, this is already 9, this is 8. Replace 8 with 9. So what we can do, we can say I will replace the value of 8 with 9. So this will be 9, this will be 9, this will be 9, and this will be 1. Now this number is more than 9981, right? So this is the maximum value of a which is possible, right? When the given input num is num. So now we are able to create the value of a. This is very simple. Try to replace the first digit from the left hand side, which is not 9. Try to replace that digit with 9. Now let us try to focus on b. See, the thing is, for b, we need to try to make it as low as possible, right? And this is a bit tricky because we have one more thing, which is the number should not be 0 and it should not have a leading 0. Now tell me, what is the lowest 4-digit number which is possible? It is 1000, right? That's 1000, which is the lowest 4-digit number. Now what we need to do is we need to just make our given input num as close as 1000 to create the value of b. Now what we will do is we will try to make a replacement of the most significant digit of our number with 1. That is, I can replace this 1 with 1. So what will happen? This number will become 1125 because we are replacing 1 with 1, right? So if we replace 1 with 1, then this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 5. We need to understand that if we replace the most significant digit, that is 1 here, with 0, then what will happen? Our number will be 0025. This number has a leading 0. So we cannot replace the most significant digit with 0. So if we are making a replacement in the most significant digit, we will not make it 0. But we can replace the digit 1 with 1, right? But this is of no use. If the most significant digit 1 is already 1, then we don't need to do the replacement here because that's the lowest which is possible. I will try to move ahead and I will try to replace the second digit or the third or the fourth, whatever is possible. For the second, third and fourth digit, the lowest digit which is possible is 0. We cannot make the most significant digit as 0, but we can make other digits as 0, right? So this time, if we are trying to process the second, the third or the fourth or other digits, we will try to make it 0 only if it is not 1. That's because if you try to replace the 1 with 0, the most significant digit will become 0. Because if you try to replace 1 with 0, this digit will also become 0, right? So our goal is to make the first digit 1. If it is already 1, we will move ahead and we will try to replace the other digits with 0. Only if the digit is not 1. Because we will only try to replace the other digits when the first digit is 1. So in this particular case, what we will do is we will say, okay, this is 1, don't need to replace it. This is 1, don't need to replace it. This is 2, we need to replace 2. And since 2 is not the most significant digit, we can replace it with 0. So we can say replace 2 with 0. This 1 will be 1, this will be 1, this will be 0, and this will be 5. So our number b is going to be 1105. Let us try to understand about this with example number 2, where the given input num is 9981. Our goal is to try to replace the first digit with 1, because for the lowest number possible, the first digit is 1 and the rest of the digit are going to be 0. So can we replace the first digit with 1? The first digit is 9. So yes, we can replace 9 with 1. And what will happen? All the 9 will become 1. So this will be 1181. That's the lowest number possible and that is the value of your b. Now you have your a, you have your b, you can just take the difference and that is going to be the output. And I know guys, for b it is a bit tricky, but you just need to understand one thing. That is your lowest number possible. In the lowest number possible, the first digit is always 1 and other digits are 0. So what you are going to do is, you will try to replace your first digit, but if it is already 1, you don't need to replace it, right? Then you will try to find out the other digit, but that digit should not be 1, because if you replace 1, you are also going to replace this. So when you are replacing other digits, this time you will replace it with 0. You are going to replace it when it is not 1. So this is 1, this is 1, this is not 1, replace it with 0. Here you are replacing the first digit, so you need to replace it with 1 because your number should not have a leading 0. So I think that's the complete explanation of this particular problem. Let me take you back to the code editor and let me try to show you the complete solution in Python. So this is the complete code for this particular solution. What we are doing is we are saying a comma b is equal to str of num and str of num. So we are basically converting our number to a string and we are saying it is a and b. Now let us try to create the value of a. For that, we will just run a loop for digit in a and we will say if the digit is not equal to 9, that is, we are trying to replace our most significant digit which is not 9 to 9. So we will say just run a loop in the value of a, and the moment we get a digit which is not 9, we will say a is equal to a dot replace my digit with 9. The current digit will be replaced with 9 and we will break. So now the value of a is updated. Now to get the value of b, we will say for I comma digit in enumerate the value of b. when you will do the enumeration, you will get the index as well as the digit. And what we need to do is we need to replace our most significant digit, that is the first digit, with 1. If the value of I is equal to 0, that is we are at index number 0 and the digit is not 1. The digit should not be 1. If it is already 1, then we don't need to replace, right? So we will say b is equal to b dot replace my current digit with 1 and break. That's all. But if our first digit is 1, in that case we will have one more condition, elif digit is not equal to 0 and digit is not equal to 1. That is, if we are trying to replace the second, the third or the fourth or any other digit which is not the first digit, then that digit should not be 0, should not be 1. And if it is not 0, not 1, we will say b is equal to b dot replace my current digit with 0 and break. So after these two loops, we will have the value of a and the b. A will be maximum, b will be minimum. We can just return the value of int of a minus int of b because our a and b are string as of now. So this is the complete solution and I can just submit the code and this is going to pass all the test cases. So yes, you can see this is a pretty efficient code for this particular problem. The runtime is good, the memory used is good, so we have solved this particular problem. So I think that's it for this video, guys. If this video helps you to understand the problem and the solution approach as well, then make sure that you hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel as of now, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching this video, guys.